Welcome back to the Cool Figures channel, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Diamond Select Lord of the Rings Lurtz figure. Shout out and thank you to my friends over at Diamond Select for sending me over this figure for me to shoot and review, as well as shout out and thank you to channel sponsor Entertainment Earth. Check out my Entertainment Earth affiliate link down in the description below to check out some cool figures and help support the channel. Jumping on into this review, guys, today we are taking a look at the Diamond Select Toys Lurtz figure. Now this is an amazing figure, guys. They are constantly really doing better and better with their Lord of the Rings line. I have their previous orc figure, and it does not have the articulation that this one has. They have drastically increased the articulation, especially in the elbows and in the legs. Well, where else is the articulation, right? But mainly in the elbows that I see. I think the legs are a little better in terms of like kicking forward, but the other one had some really good double hinge knees. But for me, what really stood out was the elbows. They really updated them, and it really shows. And yeah, besides that, the sculpt on this guy is absolutely amazing, as it always is with their Lord of the Rings figures. You know, you can tell that the person behind that line has a lot of care and love for this franchise. I personally am not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. I do enjoy it. I grew up watching, Fellowship and Return of the King. Or no, not Return of the King. That was one of the few that I didn't see growing up too often. I grew up watching Fellowship as well as The Two Towers, because I had VHS copies of them, and when I would go and visit my grandma, they were there, and the battle scenes were just so epic. I'll be honest, I kind of fast forward through some of the journey parts. Sometimes I would watch the whole movie through, but just a lot of the times I would be, really fast forwarding it to the battle parts and trying to reenact and, follow along with the battle choreography and stuff like that. And I think these orcs were really like my first real introduction to like horrific looking demon creatures and whatnot, and that kind of like bridged me into my love for horror nowadays. But these figures do look absolutely amazing. They've come out with some absolutely great characters so far, and they are still coming out with some newer ones in this new wave, so stay tuned for those. Look out for them. I think they're releasing Sauron, Sam, and I just saw someone else that they're releasing. I can't remember right now, but I'm so looking forward to those as well. I know my friend Robert is as well, because he is a big Lord of the Rings fan. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and take a look at everything that this guy does come with. So he doesn't come with any extra hands, however he does come with an extra head sculpt. So he has the one that he is wearing right there, as well as this one right here, where he's kind of more in like a screaming, kind of like a battle cry, kind of going into battle. His hair's swinging a little bit more. We do get a few weapons with him. We do get an orc shield with, of course, the spiked ends, so that way they can drive it into their enemies. A lot of great detailing in this shield. If you look at it, the buckle itself has some really good paint applications, and the paint applications are really well done, as you can see. And they put a lot of details. They could have just left this part just handle and blank, because the majority of the time we're going to be seeing this, and even this part, the shield itself, the texture and the detail in it, absolutely phenomenal. Couldn't be happier with it. I should say I couldn't be more happier with it. But just super cool. All the intricate detailing that they went ahead and put just in this shield alone. He does also come with an orc blade right here, which is something we've seen before. Nice, looking used rusted steel. A nice little handle right there. He does come with a quiver of 3 separate arrows. So here's a look at the quiver. Once again, they put this little intricate detailing with the belt right here, which they really didn't have to. They could have just been in the back, and this could have been just a flat piece, but they really went ahead and took that extra step and put that nice belt detailing right there. And like I said, it is a quiver that you can't put his arrows in, so they do all fit in there. And you do get these 3 arrows right here. Nice little tips right there, and then nice little feathers at the end. So that's everything that this guy does come with. So why don't we go ahead and pull him off the rotating turntable so we can take a look at all the amazing great detailing, as well as his articulation. Alright, so here we have him up close to the camera, so we can take a nice close look at all the amazing great detail in this guy. So pulling him closer to the camera, you can see all the amazing great detail and paint applications in this guy's face paint. Just in the clothing itself, there's so much texture to it. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's kind of reminding me of a McFarlane Toys figure because of all the texture, but they do it better because they add a lot of intricate detailing in the paint work. As you can see, it's not just one layer of paint, it's multiple. There's some weathering right here. Taking a look at the back, you have some nice buckles right here. A lot of things that they could have just painted one singular color. They went ahead and decided to really, paint individually so that way it stands out. Because with most figures, going back to McFarlane, because they do have nice texturing on here as well, this would all just be one color with him, right? But instead, Diamond Select said, no, if we're going to sculpt this in, we're going to go ahead and make sure you really see it. And they went ahead and did that. Paint applications on his wrist gauntlet are really well done as well. His shin guards, once again, same kind of texturing as his shield. Super cool. And once again, you have those leather straps with the buckles. Just absolutely amazing, phenomenal attention to detail from Diamond Select. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at this guy's articulation. Now, his head articulation is quite limited because of his long sculpted hair, but what else is new in the figure world, right? So he will only look that much to the right. He'll look a little more to the left because of the way the hair is sculpted and everything. Taking a look at his head articulation downward, he really doesn't look downward at all, and of course because of the hair, he will not look up at all. So no real head swivel, a little bit of head swivel there, not too much, nothing too crazy. His arms will go 360, will go out to a T-pose, no bicep swivel as you can see. But he does have these new elbow joints right here, which I was talking about in the intro, where you can see they do go past 90 in the older Lord of the Ring figures, and also just older Diamond Select figures in general. I'm really hoping that they're moving towards these elbows in all their figures. I think new Marvel Select that I looked at also have them, because their older ones would only maybe go up to 90 degrees, if that. Some of them would barely go up to there. So seeing as he can go all the way up to there, that is absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. So he has some really good arm articulation right there, rotation at the wrist, pinching in and out. Looking at his waist, he has rotation at the upper torso right there. A little bit of side-to-side action. Ab crunch back, ab crunch down, not too, pretty much just brings him straight back. So he can lean back a bit, but he can only go straight forward there. Lower waist, nope, no articulation in his lower waist. He can do the splits. He does have thigh cut right there. He does have double hinge knees, which allows him to go back that far. And last but not least, he does have his ankle articulation, which allows him to go down that far, up that far, and of course, a ball rocker hinge. So that wraps it up for this guy's articulation. Alright, so that has been my review of the Diamond Select Lord of the Rings Lurtz figure. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of this figure? And once again, shout out to my friends over at Diamond Select for sending me over this figure to shoot and review. Once again, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. And as always, shout out to the channel sponsor, Entertainment Earth. Check out my Entertainment Earth affiliate down in the description below to check out some cool figures and help support the channel. And as always, have a great fucking day.